All right, guys, let's take a look at what has to be one of the best looking Seiko Alpinist out. I know the light colored or white colored dialed ones of the older generations were much sought after. So when we have these newer models like this in this off-white sunburst type dial with the gold indices and handset, cathedral handset, inner rotating bezel, all of that good stuff, this thing is an easy home run. Sapphire crystal, has the date magnifier, which is done very nicely. As you can see, it helps with legibility when it's looked dead on. Obviously, when you get on an angle, it's a little more difficult, but that's a date magnifier type thing. So anyway, now that I did my little rant about how awesome this watch looks, let's talk about the specs. So 39.5 millimeter case, 46 lug to lug. I mean, these are all classic Alpinist sizes and case shapes. There's nothing really changed here. 12.9 millimeter thick to the top of that sapphire crystal, not including the date magnifier. 20 millimeter lug width. This thing is going to be a strap monster for sure. Speaking of strap, a Seiko leather strap that actually doesn't suck. I mean, this one's really cool looking. The color of the green, I have not handled any other green strap that looks even remotely close to this colorway, and it works so good with this off-white with the gold. I would easily wear it on the strap. Of course, you could go nuts with a ton of different colors or shades of leather or whatever you want to choose, and it would all work great. So, and this one also comes with some nice hardware. So you have, easy adjust. It's super easy. Just pop that open, jump it over in another hole. Has double pushers, so it just locks in really nice and simple and clean. That makes it easier to take on and off the wrist versus having to unbuckle it and everything like that. So speaking of which, let's pop this thing on wrist real quick. Big thanks to Juan for sending this over. He sent over 3 watches. This is one of them. All 3 of them are just bangers. This one's just such a cool watch. There it is on my 7¼ inch wrist. For a 39.5 by 46, and you guys know I like to rock 42 by 50, I could easily wear an Alpinist. It's definitely on the smaller size of what I like to wear, but with a nice fitted strap like this, with the hardware and everything, it just feels so natural on wrist, and I love that look to it, the color and everything. So the other watch that Juan sent over was that Oris Big Crown. The Oris Big Crown and some of these newer Seiko Alpinist they're all so good of a watch and really good price points. For example, this one retails for $725. There's a look at the box, the part number and the price. Pretty sure for the most case, these are sold out everywhere. So spb123 is the US part number. There is a JDM part number, even though these are, I think, pretty much all made in Japan. The JDM part number is SBDC093. You can still find those in like shopping in Japan or whatever like that. They have a higher price point. It ends up being like close to $850 versus what the US price point with like $725 was. But pretty much when these Alpinist or any of these really sought after watches, once they deplete inventory, the price just starts climbing. History has shown us over and over and over again, when you have a really good watch, such as most of these Alpinists, the blue one, the green one, these white ones, any other limited edition ones, once they sell out, the demand and the supply just don't match, and the price just goes skyrocket. So, and it's because they're a great watch and they look really good. I know a lot of people are asking me about the getting on the channel the Seiko Alpinist basically line without the inner rotating bezel, and I really do hope to see one of those soon, because I think it looks great, opens up the dial a little bit, makes it look a little bit bigger. So I will hopefully see one of those at some point, but these classic style ones are great too. I kind of like the extra crown. Screw down crown, 200 meter water resist, like I said, sapphire crystal. This is easily like an everyday wear type watch. So if we zoom in on this, you can see the finishing on it is just spectacular. The matching up the gold with the off-white sunburst, perfect. I don't know who was in charge of that decision, but well done, because it looks great. It'll look great in natural light too. Unfortunately, I didn't get any natural light shots for you, but love the classic like cathedral type handset on this. Of course, you have a display case back. Also nice. That's going to be like a mineral crystal or like a hard Lex. It's not going to be sapphire on the back. 6R35 movement, 70-hour power reserve on this. Has some anti-magnetic properties. You'll have to look up on the 6R35 what that level is. But I could do without the Seiko and the Prospex X on the printing on the back. I guess I don't really care one way or the other, but it's not necessary. It doesn't need to be on the back crystal. But other than that, it has a slightly decorated rotor there, a little bit of stripies on it. The rest of the movement's pretty much utilitarian. There's not a whole lot of decoration or any decoration going on there. But if we kill the lights, you will also see Loom. I should probably move those handsets. Let me, nice little pop to it. The crown system on this actually seems like it's a little bit tighter than some of the Alpinists I've had in the back. There's very little wobble to it. It's not bad at all. Nice winding action on it. Plenty of grip on the crown too. I think it's about 6 millimeter, just over 6 mil, like 6.3, something like that. So decent sized crown too. So let's check out the Loom on this. I am going to cheat a little bit because some of the Loom pips are kind of small around the outside. They still put out plenty of Loom, as you can see right there. I mean, it's still got that Seiko Loom, so it's plenty bright. Like, I probably didn't even need to charge it. That's overkill. But you get the point. You know what you're getting when you buy a Seiko, especially any sort of newer Seiko. The Loom is just on point. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Another classic Alpinist. Big thanks to Juan for sending it over. I'll see you in the next vid.